This video is a supplement to my paper published in the Journal of Economic Education titled Tableau Économique, Teaching Economics with a Tablet Computer. The purpose of this short video is to show some of the main programs, tablet computers, and ways that you can use tablet computers in the classroom. The first thing I'll start off with is what's called Windows Journal. Now, this is a program that comes standard with all tablet computers, tablet PCs, and it is a go-to program that Microsoft developed to be included with all tablets as a way to show users how easy it is to use a tablet computer. And tablet computers have come a long way. The first one I had was in 1994, and it ran a tablet version of Windows 3.11, and it wasn't nearly the computer, obviously, that we have today. Tablets are much more user-friendly, and they're much better. So to give a brief explanation as to what Windows Journal is, it's simply a never-ending piece of paper that you can draw on top of. You can select any numerous types of pens or highlighters, and you can erase and back up. It's a really great program. So I'll just start writing on this so you can see that you can sit here and draw, explain. You can say that you can point things out. As you can see, my handwriting isn't very good, but it's better on a tablet PC than it is on a blackboard, believe me. So you can draw on this program, and you can move down pages as many as you want, go up. You can save these in a couple of different formats. Windows Journal is fairly limited in that you can only save it in a few different formats, but there are options for this. The other thing, or alternatives to that, the other thing you can do is Windows Journal today, you can import PowerPoint slides, you can import Word documents, you can import many different types of files. So I'll just pull one up here. I had a Word document that I just imported, and just like with the basic piece of paper, you can draw on top of this. You can highlight certain things. I can switch here. I can make my pen a little bit thicker if I wanted to. I can go back to thin. I can change the color on this if I need to. I can also highlight. So maybe certain key points here that I want to highlight, and I can change the color of the highlighter, and I can make it, thicker or thinner depending on what it is that I want to do. Of course, I can erase that or anything else that I want to. It's a good program. It's very easy to use. It's very simple and straightforward, but I actually think that there's a better alternative to this, though I do use Journal for certain things. If I'm taking notes in a meeting, for example, and I just want to jot down some ideas and have those available for me later, I'll use Journal. But the better option to this, I think, is Microsoft Office OneNote. OneNote is a great program because it works effectively the same way as Windows Journal. It takes a little more time to learn it, and it's not quite as intuitive as Journal, but it gives you a lot more flexibility. It'll give you a lot of options to organize things, and plus students, if they don't have Windows Journal, sometimes it's hard to convert files in Windows Journal to other formats, whereas with Microsoft Office OneNote, you can export the files in many different types of file configurations, and the students never have a problem pulling those up. My students never have a problem with that. So here I've just pulled up one of my notes from one of my classes from last year, and it just shows you, I usually bring in a I usually bring or import an outline for the class, and on top of that outline I make notes, I highlight certain things. I like to obviously draw pictures, and it gives a good visual representation. For drawing graphs, equations, and whatnot, obviously these programs or tablet PC in general is just as good as a pen and paper. The only difference is that you can save this information and project it on a much larger screen for all the students in your classes to see, and it works really well. Here, I'll just go to my notes from today, and we're going to have our second class tonight, and again, you can draw on top of this however you want. I'll just show you as I did in Windows Journal. C plus I plus G, right? GDP equation. And again, you can highlight things. OneNote's nice because you can take the lines off, you can add rule, you can change the rule lines on this to almost any width that you want. The other thing that's kind of nice about it, that in Windows Journal it's not quite as easy to do, but if I'm drawing something down here, and let's say there's something in between that I want to add, it's really easy to do this in OneNote. And so now I have extra space here. So that's a really nice feature of OneNote. I have over here on the left, I have various notebooks. You don't have to have that up. You can enlarge this however you want. You can edge this over. You can also import files, PowerPoints, Word documents, Excel documents, internet files, all sorts of other things into OneNote, and it's really a versatile program and far superior to Windows Journal. If you're trying to teach classes and you're trying to keep the notes organized and you want to share those notes with students, OneNote is the way to go. It's the best thing to use. Now, one question you might have is how I'm recording this lecture right now, because I mentioned in my paper that for both online instruction and also for regular classes, you can record lectures just as I'm doing right now with this demonstration and upload it to a course management system, or you can save the information and email it to students or post on your website or whatever you might want to do. I'm using a program called Camtasia Studio, and it effectively just records whatever you say and whatever you write on your tablet. And it's a pretty straightforward, it's what's called screencasting, and it's a pretty straightforward program. There's even an education discount for it, and it's not terribly expensive, especially if you use it a lot like I do. If you use as much as I do, it's well worth it. Though there are some free options out there. Camtasia Studio it does offer an educator's discount, so the price you see on the website isn't what educators would necessarily pay. They give a pretty good discount for educators, but there are some free options out there that you may want to consider, and so you can Google that and see what the best software programs are. But I happen to use Camtasia Studio. I think it's really great. It's very user friendly, and you can do a lot of editing and other features. So that's the one that I highly recommend. That's the one that I'm using right now. And then I just have a clip-on mic that I use, that I just clip to my shirt, and I just teach my class as normal without even thinking about it. The only difference is I just hit record on Camtasia Studio and everything gets saved. So this is the brief demonstration. I hope that it explains some of the more salient features of tablet computers. Obviously, if you have any questions, you can email me at rscott@monmouth.edu.